Shalom, family. It's a lovely evening, and I'm glad you could join me. I am in the process of making some canned pickles today, and in order to get that done, I need to come out to the garden and get some cucumbers. So we have quite a few cucumbers out here that are ready to be picked, and a whole bunch in the house that are already done. Let me just show you. I mean, these are, I'll just show you. There's nothing I can say except for to show you. Oh, don't miss out here. Like I said, we've been doing real good with these cucumbers. So I'm gonna clip these right quick and then we'll bring them inside and I'll show you how to do canned pickles. Alrighty there. We got 4 cucumbers out of the garden today that were ready to go. Well, I'll go ahead and put this on pause. We'll do a little speed up. And once everything gets ready in the kitchen, I'll get back with you. Well, family, we're back in the kitchen now. I just want to show you. I just want to show you how I clean my cucumbers. I just soak them in some cold water and vinegar. That disinfects bugs, dirt, whatever might have been on them, chewed on them, or whatever. I just clean them, rinse them off, and I'm going to let them dry on the counter. Just sit them on the counter while I'm waiting for my water to boil, and I'll take you towards the pot. I have a very large, I guess that's what you would call a gumbo pot. It's probably 50 quarts. I'm not certain, 32 to 50 quarts, whatever large pot you can get to sit on the stove. Also, this pot right here. This is my extra water just in case I don't have enough in that pot because I don't fill it all the way up because I'm going to be putting glass and lids and different things in here to sterilize. So we're going to use this water to sterilize our jars that we're going to put our pickles in. So let's go ahead and just get you back to the little setup here I got. And I'll just go ahead and let you know what all of these things are. You're going to need jars. And I bought a whole case of them at Walmart for $7.80. I have distilled vinegar all the time. So you're going to need about a gallon. A gallon or a half a gallon will do. I usually buy a gallon of vinegar every time I buy vinegar. So it doesn't really matter. Also, we have some universal metal lids and rings, and I've had those for a while, so I bought some additional lids. You can reuse the rings, but you cannot reuse the metal lids. So got some labels here, and all of this you can get from Walmart in the houseware section. This is some pickling brine. This is going to be used to make this is bread and butter pickles. And then I have the kosher dill pickle mix. And I have extra seasoning. I like extra seasoning in mine. And you can find that also in the same section. And this is a little kit. And I don't have a box, but it's right next to all these other things. And this is so that you can get the hot jars and lids out of the water without burning yourself. We have some tongs and some lid testers, a magnet, and a funnel. So be right back when that red water is ready. And in the meantime, I'll be cutting up the cucumbers and I'll show you how to do that, but you don't need to watch the entire process. So I'll be back shortly. All right, well, water's boiling, and I needed to come back and let you know that I left out an ingredient, sugar. We're going to be using sugar, and one item we'll also need is a measuring cup. This is 1 cup, so that works. Now, I've read the instructions on here, and I am not one for sticking to the instructions like talking about, but I don't have enough pickles to make the entire packet, so I'm going to use half of this pack. And if you were using the whole pouch, you would use 7 cups of sugar to 6 3/4 cup of vinegar. Boil that down, and then you would use that to pour over your pickles. I'm only doing half. I'm not going to use that much sugar, so I'm going to use half this pouch, 3 cups of sugar, and 3.5 cups of distilled vinegar to make my brine for my pickles. I also want to show you how I measured my pickles, cutting my cucumbers. And let's see if I can get you closer. Let's see. No, not familiar with Zoom on this yet, but I will get it. This is my jar. These are, let's see, 1 pint jar, 16-ounce jars. These are my pickles. As you can tell, they were big. I cut them already, but what I did basically was I stood my pickle up in here and I decided where I wanted it to end, which was right here at the rim, and I cut my pickles accordingly. So, and these right here, which is the middle section of this, because these two will be long enough to make a jar of pickles. This I'm going to make hamburger pickles out of. So I'll just slice those into hamburger slicings. Right now, I'm just going to cut these up into wedges so that I know that they will fit into my jar. And basically, you just fill your jar with these pickles. Now, this jar here has already been in the water boiling, so I took that out, but I will also show you how to put that lid in the jar and everything in the water without burning yourself. Basically, I'm just gonna drop these cucumbers in here and make them fit the way I want them to. I'm gonna just, make them nice size wedges. Some will be bigger, some will be smaller. Just depends. Nice wedge, put in there. And you can mix them up. You can stand the point on some and make them all fit, basically. That's the key. And let's see. I want to get a nice sized jar of pickles. And I think that will do. So that was 1.5 of the cucumbers that I sliced to fill this jar to make my pickles. And I'm going to fill this jar with brine when it's ready. But right now it's not ready. I just wanted to show you that. Right now I'm going to get a pot and make the brine for you. And it says not to use an aluminum pot because this is an acidic mixture and it can have a chemical reaction to aluminum. So I'm okay because my pots are coated with Teflon, and so that will prevent any chemical reaction. But if you have basic aluminum pans or pots, do not use those. You want to use a ceramic pot, something with a Teflon coating, something that will not chemically react with these pickles. All right, got my pot. Excuse me. I'm going to start off with my dry ingredient of sugar. And remember, I'm only doing a half a pouch. So I'm going to do 3 cups of sugar. Who knew that pickles had so much sugar in them? I didn't. And we're going to do 3 cups of vinegar. I'm going to do actually 3.5 cups of vinegar. Make sure I have enough of this brine. All right, and I'm going to start with my bread and butter pickles because I like bread and butter pickles. They are so good. I love dill pickles too, and this is 5.3 ounces. We're going to wing it. We're going to cut our pouch in half like this. Close our hand around the other half and just pour. It smells so good. Okay, is that out almost? Yep. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. And this is the brine here. Ooh, it smells so good. I'm just mixing that up a bit before I put it on the stove. I'll take this over. Put it on a nice fire here. Now, let me show you how you're going to get your jars into the boiling water. You basically take your lid and your rim off your jar, drop those in. This is what this tongue is for. Put that around the rim of the jar and just fill it with water first, and then it'll automatically stay upright and sitting in there, and it is being sterilized. You're going to keep this water on a boil though, because you will, once you fill your jars with pickles, you will put your brim in and you will cap everything back up and soak them back into this hot water, basically for about 10 to 15 minutes usually, before you start to hear popping, which is your little lids actually sealing, so that you've now preserved your pickles, and you can keep them and save them and open them and eat them anytime you want. I was told anywhere from 6 months to a year, and I know that we have 1 jar left from canning last year, and those pickles are delicious. So it has been a year. We open them. They're delicious. And sometimes these pickles can be a little flimsy, but they say if you want crisp pickles, there's a little product that you can buy, and it's called Pickle Crisper. It's just something, it's a chemical agent or something that you put in the pickles to make sure that they stay crispy, or so that when you bite into your pickle, you have that crunch. And I did not opt to buy that and put that in my pickles. I don't need the crunch. I just need the delicious taste of the pickle. So I'll be right back once we're ready to start putting the brim on, and once we're ready to put these into the hot water. All right, family. Our brine is done, and we are ready to start pickling. We take the jar from the hot water, from the boiling hot water. Be careful. I usually dump it and just hold it, steam, smoking. We're going to sit it right here on the counter, and we're going to take these pickles, these cucumbers, because they're not yet pickles. We're going to fill this jar. I usually just drop them right in, no problems. Pick that back up a little bit. Push them in there, put them all in there. Okay. And I hope you can see this. Let me see. Fill that up right there. It cools off pretty quick. Fill that up. And this is our funnel. Now we brought this brine. We basically heated it up, but we didn't boil it. Just as it began to boil, I cut it off. I just need all of the stuff, the ingredients, to dissolve together. And I'm going to take this measuring cup of mine, and I'm going to pour it using my funnel into my pickles. And you leave just a teeny bit of air at the top. I usually stop right where the rim would go. And that's it. I filled that up. You want to get a little closer look. Oops. Has some seasoning in there, some different things in there. So, let's see. Well, my light source went out on me, but that's okay. I'm sure you guys can see this video quite clearly. Now, we also use the magnet to dip the lids up out of the hot water. So here we go. Here we go. Great. Got just what I needed. You place that lid on and put the rim on and secure your drawer. Nice and tight. And you're going to sit this back. Once you've got everything, all of them done, you're going to put them back in that boiling water. You want to do all of that at the same time so that you can listen for the popping noise. So I'm going to take all of these and fill them up, and I will be right back. All right, family. I have put all of the pickles in the jars. These are the sliced pickles here. That will be our hamburger style pickles. So we've done that. Make sure my lid is tight. Everything is sealed. And now I'm going to place this back into the boiling water. I've done 2 jars of hamburger pickles and 6 jars of wedges. So, and I still have a little bit of brine left over, so I may, once I get done with this set, boil a few more jars and finish off my brine. I think I have enough brine to make 2 more jars, so I'll get that done once these are complete. And you just sit them around in here and you're going to listen as this comes to a boil. Like I said, it takes about 15 minutes for all that air to evaporate, the little bit of air that you left in there, and seal the lids so that you have preserved pickles. I'll come back when this is done. If I can film the popping, I will. But I barely hear it myself, so we might miss that part.